in the case of AI, as it is more or less exploded since ChatGPT was released maybe 3 years ago, and it's evolving more rapidly, being adopted more quickly than any other previous technology. I mean, if you go back to the early days of the internet and think about it, the internet, people like Mark Andreessen and his first web, browser, it was dial-up modems and nothing like this, that people were trying to, fool around with the internet. And we had, there were early adopters, and some of them flamed out. But the internet is now a sort of appliance that nobody in the world can afford to be without. And this is the trajectory of Bitcoin, blockchain, decentralized finance, et cetera. This is the trajectory of these new technologies. And now AI comes along. And each one of these technology waves seems to be moving, faster, kind of the tsunami effect, coming in faster and faster and being adopted more quickly than the previous wave. It took 20 or 30 years for electricity to be installed in everybody's home. The internet, was a much shorter time scale, maybe 5 years, 10 years. But social media, phones, et cetera, all of that stuff. But now the iPhone, et cetera. I mean, can anybody in the room remember when they didn't have an iPhone?
Yeah, with the progression of AI and how it makes all our computation more efficient and allows us to expand on our ideas a lot quicker, that uptake by society is just going to be much more rapid. It's going to feel like you're in a time warp. It's going to happen so fast.
Right.
Is that kind of your understanding as well?
Right. So just as Bitcoin and electronic cash, if you will, was a journey of some 20 years, going back to cyberpunks, going back to national security interests back in the Cold War period, building unbreakable, codes, et cetera, so that, so that secrecy and national secrets could be preserved. All of that work over 20 years is what then led to the breakthrough of Bitcoin and the white paper in 2009, essentially at the height of the global financial crisis, right? The same thing is true with AI. AI has been a long journey, understanding neural networks, understanding, developing, what we call machine learning, algorithms that could, power robots, et cetera, on the assembly line. All of this has been a long journey built on the shoulders of intellectual giants who have come up with an understanding of how our intelligence, our human intelligence, actually works. And what gives us consciousness? I mean, we forget that every living thing has a conscious space that they occupy and is aware of what's going on around them, whether it's a plant or an animal. There's consciousness, and the journey of the Darwin journey of natural selection has been billions of years in progress, right? But now we come to an era where data or information is beginning to develop its own capability. And I say it's beginning to develop its own capabilities. Even the engineers that have released the first AI models have difficulty understanding exactly how it works, especially when AI comes up with responses that look like something, that it's sentient, that it's aware, that it's got its own consciousness, if you will. Yeah. So, yeah.
Can I just say something to that, which was pretty eerie? Speaking on that topic, with DeepSeek that just got released, you can actually have it show you its thinking. And, I hit that option and I was like, is this thing like alive? Like, that was my question, because when you see it reason its way to an answer, I was like, wow, that's eerie. That's something that I haven't seen from AI before. And so, yeah, I mean, I got that kind of eerie feeling right now. Like, who is behind the hood of this machine here?